Some of the cars use some doubles, plastic vehicles, some military vehicles, for instance, the tank, not very sturdy, made mostly out of plywood, believe it or not. So I wouldn't trust it with my safety. I trust Anthony though. He's a stunt driver. Did you guys know that Anthony's a stunt driver here in what are you doing? What is this? Is that a new technique? I don't know what he's doing. I don't know who he's signaling, but this place is dangerous. Probably a security guard.
To Jurassic Park.
Glad you signaled some security here because it might get crazy out of the Lost World Jurassic Park. Some of the set pieces from the film. I don't know what you were worried about.
Машина из паркирского
периода. I don't really see anything, so we'll just keep moving and pretend like nothing's gonna. Oh, I see. My goodness. That's what it was. Yeah. Just don't worry, it's a real film of dinosaurs. It's only exists in theme parks, so I think you're good. Those dinosaurs are plastic. They're somewhere in the jungle. The jungles of Jurassic Park were built inside stasis. The trees were silk trees, the trunks of the trees were rubber. It's all totally fake, including the weather. You might have noticed it rains a lot in Jurassic Park. It doesn't rain a whole lot here, so we got to call in some favors.
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast with Universal Background. It's going to be sunny and dry at 6 Points, Texas. We will be cloudy in Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on.
Well, looks like there's going to be a little thunderstorm, right? A little thunder action. Maybe, I think it would make it more convincing if there was a little rain, I think. Maybe. I guess not. Oh, there it is. Rain is created in the movies by a sprinkler system. Very simple. We get the sprinklers, put them on the roof, on the trees, shoots the water off, comes down naturally. But we do want to make sure that we mix the water with milk. The milk will make it more visible, otherwise you can't see the water through the camera. Very nice. Go ahead and stop the rain, guys. We're going to show them another effect. Go ahead and stop that rain. Gentlemen. Hello? Guys, the rain. I don't think we're going to get wet, right? Thousands of gallons of water. We have stored in tanks at the top of the hill. We release it on a queue and it comes storming down on you guys. Very wasteful. No, I'm kidding. We do recycle all of it. It goes down down and under the bridge. You see it? And it goes right back up to the drinking fountains at Disneyland. So be careful the next time you're there. Fortunately, the flood didn't make its way all through Mexico. This area stayed nice and dry for Indiana Jones' Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Nacho Libre and the three amigos fought El Guapo and El Jefe out in the streets of Mexico. But you gotta be careful, because if you cross the border, you are in Texan territory.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I hear this where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on it, Fallon. Thank you.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
6 Points Central is very well decorated here. It looks very nice. 6 Points was built back in 1915. Westerns were very important when the studio first opened. They built 6 Points with 6 streets. That's why they called it 6 Points. And so back then it was the silent film era. They said, wait a minute, if we have 6 streets, we could essentially film 6 movies at the same time. Very productive. Of course now sound is involved, so we can't. Did anybody watch Saving Mr. Banks? No, one person. Okay, so that was the Outback of Australia. You remember? She's like, great. Okay, wonderful. Guys, that movie was nominated for an Academy Award. Nobody saw it. Perfect. It's a Disney film, so that's fine. So off to the right-hand side, we have a patch of grass. Now this patch of grass looks like just that, right? This is actually New York City Central Park. How about it? It's Griffith Park. It's any park in the world. What we do is let's say a Central Park. We'll go out there and we'll take a camera crew. We'll get just an establishing shot of the park, no actors. That's the first shot you see in a movie. So in your head, it establishes the location. After that, you come near any patch of grass in the world, and we're going to assume that we are still in New York City, even though we're not. Same for a body of water. Once the Amazon in Creature from the Black Lagoon. We can establish that we're out in the open and then come here and shoot close-ups if we need the actors to jump in the water. We filmed the approaching scene for King Kong. It looks like the flood did catch up to us. I thought it might at some point. And we're just gonna go in because we gotta keep moving, right? So I just say, we just go in, you guys pick up your feet. I mean, you'll only get wet till about right here, and then you'll be good, right? Nobody minds, I don't. No, fortunately for you, our driver, part Moses, is gonna completely park these waters for us so we can go below sea level and you can see the boat and the island from the film, from the scene. They're miniatures. Very traditional technique we've used for years. These miniatures, once combined with special effects, look very, very realistic. Now as we go down, make sure to keep your arms and legs inside and lift up anything you might have on the ground. We don't always get water in the tram, but sometimes we do. So if we do, it's totally normal. Nothing to worry about. And once this is cleared up, this is where the director and the camera would have been. So down here, already at this angle, the boat looks that much bigger.
Справа, справа смотри. Может быть слева.
And once we're done with all of those great pieces, we can collect them. We keep all of the pieces that we use to decorate the set, if it's the boat or the island or anything. We keep it right up in front of us, off to the left-hand side. It's the property warehouse. Floors and floors of stuff. Action props, plates, bowls, cups, computers, guns, swords. You got it all. It works like a library. You go in, you take out the pieces you need for however long you like. You bring them back when you're done. You can certainly use some of those pieces to decorate the area that the New York Film Academy is in right now. It's called Little Europe. These are student filmmakers. They're allowed to come onto our sets and film student movies. The area has been seen as Spain, Germany, France, Italy. All we do is change the language on the sign and it's a different place.
Mi chiamo Jimmy Fallon e tu una grossa bottiglia di vino.
Je m'appelle Jimmy Fallon. Je veux avoir été baguette. Mon Charlie, non!
Hallo, ich bin Jimmy Fallon. Karl Schnitzen. Ich glaub, es geht auf mich.
So you can see just a little set decoration. Also, they changed the background just a little bit and we're good to go. Now we're getting a great opportunity here today to go inside of what is called a hot set. A hot set means that it's completely decorated, like the ones that we've seen on screen. We haven't seen a lot of them out here today. They're bare. They're not decorated. They're not dressed. This, however, is always a metro station on purpose. This is how other studios want it, so all we do is change the map on the wall, make it a different city, and we're good to go. Most recently seen on Bones.
Look, they're sweets. Oh, I talked to him, stick out in his eyes.
That's with the FBI?
Yeah, yeah. Here about the,
Not gonna worry about it. Okay, this remains minor. Okay, we got the microphone working here, but we can't get the doors. Oh my goodness. Right back to where it needs to be. If the director didn't like the face, and I'll tell you what, if the director saw you guys right now, he would fire everybody. You guys are the worst actors. Lots of laughing, lots of smiling, very inappropriate. You would not make a day in Hollywood.
Землетрясение. Фильм «Землетрясение».
What's going on?
Very nice. Now that's it. Okay, so I won't do anything horrible to you again. I'll just keep it calm from now on. In fact, it's right about lunchtime. I'm going to radio in to see if we can get a favor done for us. We're going to go in and see a guy I love, alright? So just hang on tight here. Let me see what they'll tell me. I don't hear anything.
We're picking something up. It's really big, and it's heading your way. I want those men out of the water now.
No. We want them in the water. Oh, looks like these guys are going to... Perfect. Golf carts here. Everything's exactly where it needs to be. I don't feel there he is. George. He feeds the shark, guys. Look at that. People watching. Fantastic. Making sure everything's okay. It looks like it is, right? Under control. Great. Oh, the line. Yeah. So it's over to feed the shark, guys, right? There we go. I didn't say how. I just said that we're going to. So, move on over. Keep the show rolling here. The shark, I know that's what you want to see, is out by the barrel, okay? So he usually tends to mess with it a little bit. See how he's doing? We fill that barrel with bait, that's why. Oh. Looks like he wants a barbecue lunch, so look beyond the flames. He'll be up there in a second. Where is he? Jaws. The mechanical shark. Look at him go. First of all, it's not Jaws, so let's not call him out of his name. His name is Bruce. Steven Spielberg named the shark Bruce in honor of his attorney, which is not nice. But that's what he did. And the difference between the shark we have here and the shark from the film is that this one works. The one in the film did not work very often. In fact, the first day of filming, it sank to the bottom of the Atlantic.
That's what might be the Hawaiian shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited. The shark worked well enough. For a while there, I had the biggest hit of all time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
There he is, Steven Spielberg in the mouth of this mechanical shark. Turns out they tested him for fresh water. So when they put him out in the Atlantic, they did not agree with salt water and the mechanics of the shark. So that was the issue. Now we're headed up the hill, going to the residential area of the lot. Is where we have a lot of neighborhoods, some homes. Off to the right-hand side, the Chicken Ranch is now home to About a Boy on NBC, starring Minnie Driver and David Walton. They live in San Francisco. They actually only use the backyard. You can see the backyard is decorated pretty nicely. And once they go inside, we go into a stage. What I like is that they built houses around them to make it look like they had neighbors, when they do really have wonderful neighbors. They live right next door to some very desperate housewives. If you're a fan of ABC's Desperate Housewives, I think you're going to love Wisteria Lane, because it's what's happening, scaring me. There's a lot of things happening around here. You just never know. You just never know. Anthony, who's there? Who is it? Oh. Never mind. We're going in anyways.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
Oh, what the heck? Let's do that! Wisteria Lane looks like they're working on something now. You know, Desperate House has been canceled for a while, but we continue to use these sets as just an average neighborhood anywhere. All we do is change some of the set pieces, some of the paint on the homes, and then we are good to go. We removed the wisteria. That was also very important. It was an artificial flower that we took down from the porches of the home, and we assumed that now you'll never know. You'll just never remember it from the TV show. We added the two houses and the park here after the second season. The beige house at the end of the cul-de-sac was home to Edie Britt, played by Nicolette Sheridan. And because it's the newer of all of the homes, it's what we call a practical set, meaning that it's practically real. You can film on the inside as well as the outside. The rest of them are what we call semi-practical shells, which means you can go inside. You can walk upstairs if you want to, but there's nothing there. All of the interiors was down in the stages. And before it was Colonial Street, many years ago, or excuse me, Wisteria Lane, it was called Colonial Street, where I was getting to. And people like the Hardy Boys, the Cleavers, the Munsters, off to the right-hand side. That is the original home of the Munsters. 1313 Mockingbird Lane has seen a little bit of a renovation, but it's still home to the Munsters. The blue house here off to the right-hand side, this is the Delta sorority from Animal House. So it's been around for quite some time. And neighborhoods change, right? Sometimes, I mean, an Animal House, a party neighborhood, to Wisteria Lane, to the Munsters. It all depends on the way we decorate the homes. And sometimes they're storybook neighborhoods. They're things that come from another world, and so we have to be a little bit more imaginative. That's just what Ron Howard decided he would do when he filmed Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
It's challenging because the logistics were challenging. We had 11 stages occupied at one time on the Universal lot. One of them was just for putting Who's into their makeup every day. So I felt like it was one of those extravaganzas from the 30s or 40s. Sets that were inspired by Dr. Seuss, brought to life, made functional enough that, you know, we could shoot on them, actors could climb on them, people could do flips off them. It makes me so proud that it's become this kind of evergreen, and that every Christmas it rolls around and it means something to a lot of kids.
We are now starting to decorate for Grinchmas. It is an event that happens here at Universal during Christmas time, and specifically Whoville tends to get a little bit of a renovation. Whoville is just one of the many sets used in the film.
Mr. Grinch.
You're as cuddly as a cactus, and as charming as a bee.
You're a bad banana with a greasy black
The Who's are not here today. Really, they only come for Christmas because they don't get along with their neighbor, and I don't blame them. I mean, the guy is a psycho.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
The Bates Motel looks like somebody's home here. Oh my god, okay. Alright. We don't necessarily have to stop here. We can just keep going. It's fine. It's totally fine. I don't think he's even seen us, and we're gonna go, hey, no, how you doing, hon? You know, that is not necessary. You can just stay right there. That's totally fine. But if you need to take somebody, I get it. Just get somebody in the fourth car. They're nice and far away. I don't want any blood on my jacket. But yours is fine. It's fine. Could have taken many paths in life, Norman. Didn't have to take the psycho path. Well, we're going to go all the way up past the psycho house here, and we can look up on the second floor. Mother tends to be looking out the window, looking down on Norman. She's got to look down. She's got to look away from the crash site that she has right next door. This is the crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. The plane, yes, it's real. The 747 retired aircraft out in the Mojave Desert. They purchased it, brought it out here. Steven Spielberg wanted a set that you would never seen before, and I think he accomplished that.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Listen to me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Just get them closed. Robbie, get in. Get in.
The plane initially cost $60,000 just to purchase. To chop it up, bring it out here, make it look like that, it cost $200,000. All of that money spent. It was on screen, 90 seconds. That's it. That bit I just showed you, that was the only time that they used it in the film. Pretty cool set though, I have to say. Pretty impressive. And as we make our way around, you're going to see a blue wall and a truck inconveniently placed right in front of it. So that big blue wall works like a green screen, and then in front of the wall there is a pit. The pit is filled with water, and then you have an ocean. It was built for Jaws the Revenge. They knew Jaws was just not going to work as well as they wanted him to, so they built a man-made lake, and they controlled it. They put wave makers in the water and made it look very realistic. Last set of 415 acres right before we take you back into the park. But Jimmy, of course, you've got to say goodbye first.
Well, I can't believe it. We've made it to the end of our tour, you guys. How about
Natalie
and
Anthony?
Weren't they the best?
Yep.
Hey, before we go, I'd like to sing you a little song I made up. I was just 5 years old. It's called Tramcaster. We had a real good time together. Now the ride is done. We saw some crazy cool stuff, and we had a lot of fun. This tram has made its final stop, but don't be sad and blue, 'cause there's still one more thing that I'd like to say to you. Have a tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic night. Watch your step as you exit the tram, and everything will be alright. Come on, have a tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic night. Just watch your step as you exit the tram, and everything will be alright. Just the dads now. Everything will be alright. Just the moms. Everything will be alright. Just yours. Okay, have a tramtastic day. Have a tramtastic
I hope you enjoyed the
day.
World Famous Universal Studios tour. Beautiful view there. You can see Warner Brothers and Disney Studios down there in the San Fernando Valley. Really do look up to us, and that's exactly the way we like it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Again, my name is Natalie, and I was your tour guide. Park will be closing this afternoon at 5. Have fun. Enjoy Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. It was my pleasure, guys. Have a wonderful day.